You are running low on something right now. Not motivation, not sleep, not even water. Something smaller. Something your body needs for over 300 biochemical reactions every single day. And most doctors won't catch it until the damage is already done. Magnesium. The mineral hiding in plain sight, quietly powering your heart, your brain, your muscles, and your nerves. A landmark analysis of nutritional data published by researchers at the University of Vermont estimated that nearly half of all Americans fail to meet their daily magnesium requirements through diet alone. Half. And the frightening part is that a standard blood test will not show it. Your blood will look perfectly normal while your tissues are starving. If you want to understand what is really happening inside your body and why you feel the way you feel, subscribe to the Health Lab right now. We break down the biology your doctor doesn't have time to explain. In the next few minutes, I will break down how magnesium deficiency actually works at the cellular level, which symptoms are the ones most people completely dismiss, which populations are most silently at risk, and what you can do starting today to protect yourself before the damage compounds. Here is the biological truth that changes everything. Every cell in your body runs on a molecule called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. ATP is your cellular fuel. But here is the part nobody tells you. ATP cannot actually function without magnesium bound to it. Magnesium ATP is the active form. Without magnesium, your ATP is essentially a car key with no teeth. It fits in the ignition, but nothing turns over. Now multiply that across your heart muscle, your brain neurons, your blood vessel walls, your digestive tract, your adrenal glands. Every single one of them is trying to run on a key that doesn't work. That is not a metaphor for feeling tired. That is the actual mechanism of systemic biological failure, unfolding slowly, quietly, over months and years. So let's talk about what that looks like in your body. The first signal your nervous system sends is one most people write off as stress. Muscle cramps and twitching, particularly in the calves and eyelids. Magnesium is the biological brake pedal for muscle contraction. Calcium triggers the contraction, magnesium releases it. When magnesium drops, your muscles lose their ability to let go. They stay partially activated. You feel it as a spasm in the middle of the night, a flicker under your left eye that won't stop for 3 days, a tightness across your shoulders that no amount of stretching fixes. Your doctor probably hasn't told you this, but a 2017 review in the journal Nutrients confirmed that low magnesium is directly associated with increased neuromuscular excitability, meaning your nervous system is essentially stuck in the on position. But here is the twisted irony. By the time you feel the cramp, your serum magnesium can still test as normal, because your blood borrows magnesium from your bones and muscles to maintain its own levels. Your blood is lying to protect itself. The second signal is one that lives in your chest and your head. Magnesium plays a critical role in regulating the electrical rhythm of your heart through its direct influence on calcium and potassium channels. When magnesium falls, those channels become unpredictable. You may feel it as a strange fluttering, a skipped beat, a pounding sensation when you lie down at night. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that low dietary magnesium intake is independently associated with increased risk of cardiac arrhythmia, even in people with no prior heart history. Every strength your cardiovascular system has built, through exercise and healthy eating, depends partly on magnesium to hold it together. But here is the catch. Anxiety amplifies magnesium loss, and magnesium loss amplifies anxiety. Low magnesium raises cortisol. Elevated cortisol increases urinary magnesium excretion. You are caught in a biological loop, spinning faster the more stressed you become. And most people just call it a personality trait. The third signal lives in your skull. Magnesium acts as a natural gatekeeper for a receptor in your brain called the NMDA receptor, which regulates glutamate, your most excitatory neurotransmitter. When magnesium is sufficient, it physically blocks this receptor from being overactivated. When magnesium falls, that block is removed. Glutamate surges. Neurons fire too easily, too long, too intensely. Researchers studying migraine pathophysiology have pointed to this exact mechanism as a key driver of migraine attacks. Studies published in peer-reviewed neurology journals found that patients with chronic migraines consistently show lower magnesium levels in their brain tissue and cerebrospinal fluid compared to those without. But every strength of sensitivity has a weakness. The same brain that is creative, emotionally intelligent, and perceptive is also the brain most vulnerable when its magnesium gatekeeper goes missing. The fourth signal is the one almost nobody connects: your gut. Magnesium draws water into the intestines and supports smooth muscle contraction in the intestinal wall. Without it, your digestive system slows. Motility drops. The contents of your bowel move like traffic on a Monday morning with no end in sight. Chronic constipation is one of the earliest and most ignored signs of magnesium insufficiency. But here is the layer underneath the layer. Poor gut motility affects absorption of other nutrients. You become deficient in magnesium partly because your gut is not absorbing it, and your gut is not absorbing it partly because you are deficient in magnesium. A loop within a loop. Your intestines and your mineral status are in a slow argument with each other, and neither one is winning. The populations most silently at risk are not the ones you expect. Yes, the elderly absorb less magnesium through aging intestinal changes. Yes, people with type 2 diabetes lose significantly more magnesium through the kidneys due to elevated insulin and glucose. But the groups most surprised to learn they are depleted are the ones who drink heavily caffeinated beverages every single day. Because caffeine is a direct promoter of urinary magnesium excretion. And people who exercise intensely without nutritional support. Because every hour of heavy sweating strips magnesium from your system faster than almost any other mechanism. High performance and high deficiency can coexist. And they frequently do. So what do you actually do? Start by looking at your plate before you look at any supplement bottle. Dark leafy greens, particularly spinach and Swiss chard, pumpkin seeds, black beans, whole grains, and dark chocolate with high cacao content are among the most magnesium-dense foods available without a prescription. If you drink more than 2 cups of coffee per day, your magnesium requirements are meaningfully higher than average. Watch for the combination of poor sleep, muscle twitching, low mood, and constipation appearing together. Because that cluster is your body spelling out a specific word. Tell your doctor you want not just a serum magnesium test, but a red blood cell magnesium test, which is a far more accurate reflection of your tissue stores. Keep your alcohol intake low, because alcohol dramatically accelerates renal magnesium losses. And if you take a proton pump inhibitor for acid reflux, ask your doctor about your long-term magnesium status, because that class of medication is directly linked to hypomagnesemia with extended use. Here is the truth that matters most. Magnesium deficiency does not announce itself with a siren. It whispers. It whispers in the cramp you stretch out at 2 in the morning. In the eye twitch you ignore for a week. In the anxiety you medicate instead of investigate. In the heartbeat that skips just once and then seems fine. Your biology is not failing you. It is communicating with you in the only language it knows, through sensation and symptom and signal. The question is whether you are listening. Your minerals are not a detail. They are the foundation everything else is built on. Tell me in the comments, what was the symptom that surprised you most? And if this video gave you something your doctor never did, subscribe to the Health Lab. More of this is coming. Subscribe to the Health Lab. More of this is coming.